Hey, what's going on everyone? So for today's video, I'm going to be showcasing some third-party cases that I found on Amazon. I will also be including the items in the link so that way you guys can check it out yourselves. So obviously all these items are my opinion. I'm not being paid for any of this. I bought these myself to test out with the Analogue Pocket. These will also be compatible with the original Nintendo Game Boy DMG and any 3DS XL, new 3DS XL, or the DS XL as well. So without further ado, let's begin the video. I will have a small clip after this showing each of the items that I will be showcasing. This will also be a part one of two of items I will be reviewing. Thank you, and let's go. All right, the first item I'm going to be reviewing is the amCase soft sleeve carrying case. Now this is compatible with the 2DS XL, the 3DS XL, the DS XL, as well as the original Game Boy and the Analogue Pocket. I do like this case, as you can tell. It separates whatever you might put inside the case within the actual console. So this will be separated. It's nice and soft on the inside. Just give examples of how it looks. Let's put an Analogue Pocket in. That way you guys can see. Zippers up very easy. Now I'm going to try loading a couple games. Let's see how it looks. We got one Game Boy Advance, two Game Boy Advance, three Game Boy Advance, and I probably I fit one more, I'd say. Now for Game Boy Color, they're bigger games. Might not be too many. Probably fit, I would say, maybe three. Let's see. You're getting it kind of close with three, but it does stretch a little bit. As you can tell, it holds it very well. And this protects the games from the console itself. Just to show you, this will work with other items. Original Game Boy, it's a little bit thicker, so a little bit more bulkier. That means you'll be able to put less games here, but still fits just fine if you have the original one. Same thing with the new 3DS XL, but for that you'll have much smaller games you'll be able to use, so you'll be able to fit a bunch of 3DS and DS games in here. Obviously it'll be the same thing for the DS XL as well. Alright, so this is my review of the amCase soft sleeve carrying case. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Next up is the JINMEI hard EVA carrying case. This one is specifically made for an Android gaming console. So let's see what you'll be able to do here. Let's try with the Analogue Pocket first. Now this is a much thicker case than the last one. So this one's not my favorite, but because of the space you have here, you see it's a lot of space here to wiggle around. But you would be able to fit a lot of games here. A lot more games than you would the other case, making this one a win in terms of capacity. Now you would also be able to include other items such as what I have here. This is the OnKey power brick, and this one specifically is 100 watts. So this one is also very good. I recommend it for the Analogue Pocket. I'll have a link in the description for this as well. As you can tell, this is able to fit perfectly here with a bunch of Game Boy Color games. Now the thing with this, I would say my only complaint would be what happens when you have the Analogue Pocket here. Maybe you put it screen face down. The problem with a case like this would be moving around. But if you had, I believe, a wire in here, it might not be as bad. See, the wire is actually keeping everything in place, the games that were in here. But you always have a chance of these items coming out and maybe scratching up the pocket. But if you pack this well enough, I don't believe that would happen. But you never know. So I would always say be careful with your items when they're in the pouch. That's why sometimes the smaller ones are better in terms of safety. But this does have a harder case, which means it'll be much more protected if something was to hit it. As well as with this case, like I mentioned before, you'll be able to fit the 3DS, the new 3DS XL family lineup, and you'll be able to fit the original Game Boy, no problem as well. Now this item I have here is called the BUBM double compartment storage case. Now this is compatible with all the items in front of me as well. Now this would make a very good travel item. You can put a lot of stuff in here. It has double compartments, as I just mentioned before. Be able to fit a few games in here. Right off the bat, there's 2 Game Boy games in there. You can definitely put a whole bunch of games. Now this is obviously if you don't have EverDrive, you'll be taking your physical games with you. Now it has spots for the cables, so you can see right here. It's got spots for the Anki power brick. All this stuff is very helpful if you are traveling. That's it. You zipper it up and you go down to the next compartment. And this does come in different colors as well. Now this part here was originally made for a DS, so you'll be able to fit DS games here, as you can tell. They fit perfectly, no problem. I would take a gander if you ever really wanted to. These seams come apart very easily. I can believe you could be able to just a little cut here and you'd be able to fit Game Boy Color games, Game Boy Advance games. Now, the good thing about this, it does fit perfectly the Analogue Pocket because it fits the 2DS XL and the 3DS XL, as you can tell. Now, this is going to be a little bit more bulky, but if you're going around traveling, if you're going on a long trip, or even a short trip, this covers pretty much everything. See, it fits perfectly inside here. No issues with this at all. Obviously, the 2DS fits perfectly, and so would the original Game Boy. This one fits just fine as well. So I definitely recommend this. This is good for long trips. This is the BUBM double compartment storage case. Thank you very much. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like the channel, share it if you think anybody would be interested in seeing a case for an Analogue Pocket or any of these other devices that are in front of me. All right, thank you everybody for watching.